Today we're going to be talking about insulin resistance and blood sugar and how that affects your weight. So we're going to break it down a little bit more because a lot of people get confused on it. You know, like on my videos when I post, people will comment like, well, what did you do? What did you do? When I say I learned how to control my insulin spikes. And even people who have diagnosed insulin resistance, PCOS, pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, they maybe have heard the word insulin, but I don't think they've heard enough like about insulin spikes. So when I say that, people say, well, what's the insulin spike and how is that important? And so today I just kind of, you know, each week we're going to dive deeper into this. Not each week, sorry. Each day we're going to dive deeper into this. So y'all make sure y'all tune in into the lives every single day because we about to be diving deeper into this. So like I said, y'all can take something. Y'all can take something for that day. You know, for that day, for that next meal that you eat. Is somebody commenting? Oh no, that's the thing. So y'all tap the screen, get the likes up, y'all tap the screen. Not that much time to be on here. Like I said, I had scheduled out to be on here. I ended up running late, and so and you know, all that good stuff. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm like, let me do my walk. Y'all doing y'all walk today or what? Y'all doing y'all walk? Y'all doing y'all walk today or what? So to get into it, and if y'all have any like questions or whatever, I'm gonna try to do a brief Q&A. A Q&A in this live. So because I can't really see the comments as of right now, but once I get to the Q&A part, I'll get somewhere where I can see you guys' comments and I can answer some questions if you have it. So when you come in, just hit the like button, tap the screen. I have never got over 1,500 likes on one live, and so I would love it if I can get to 2,000 likes. I would love if I can get to 2,000 likes on this live. So firstly, I just want to say I got my notes right here. I want to say welcome to everybody. Welcome to my page. My name is Coach Chrissy, and I post content on just from an everyday regular woman who had to take her health into her own hands. And we could talk about that a little bit later and discover you know, all the things that I talk about on my page. With discovering that I have lost 41 pounds in 4 months so far, it's still, you know, going. My weight is still going down. Thank you, Lord. But before my discovery, my weight definitely was not going farther than about the 20-25 pound mark. So I, within that 4 months, well, just a little backstory, just a quick like 30-second backstory. I've been yo-yo dieting for close to about maybe 7 years, maybe 10 years, just yo-yo dieting. For the past 3 years, that's when during that time I've tried keto, I've tried OMAD, I've tried extended fasting. That's any fasting over 24 hours or more. I've tried smoothie cleanses, juice cleanses, like, so all of this stuff within the last 3 years. Once this new year came, I said, you know, none of that stuff is really working. It's giving me short-term success. So yeah, I'll drop weight quick and I'll lose that 20 pounds or that 25 pounds. And then as soon as I go off of it, I gain it right back. And so I had it up, you know, to here. This is my notes, y'all. Just a frustration of not being able to get past this and having to feel like I had to work so hard. And so I started doing things a little bit differently. And I started doing those things a little bit differently. And started working. Like, I don't even have gym memberships right now. I had two gym memberships at first. Lifting, all this stuff. I can basically sit in the bed and not do nothing for a whole week and get on the scale at the end of the week and still have lost 2 to 3 pounds. And this is 100% natural. I'm not taking pills, injections, or had any surgeries. And so with that, I ended up creating TikTok videos. A lot of my TikTok started, like, you know, going viral. I have a few viral TikToks, YouTubes, like all of that. And so everybody started saying how. So like I said, I've just been like thrown into this teaching segment. And so I created a challenge. It's a 4-week challenge. It's called Tame the Beast challenge. It's 100% free. The link is in my bio with that. But yeah, so I basically had to sit down and think about what did I do for the past just 4 months, because I kept on yo-yo dieting and getting back up to that 250, 252. I believe prior I probably was more weight than that, but I just refused to get on the scale when I knew I was just too heavy. And I had to sit down and think about all of what I did and then how to break this down, because I want it to be progressive. I don't want somebody to jump in something and to where it won't be that lifestyle change that we all hear that term but don't really understand. You know, don't understand, like, okay, so a lifestyle change is going from this to being like a gym girly, avocado and toast girly. Like, is that what I'm supposed to be? A salad, like, and then that just seems like so unrealistic or not a stable goal. So breaking down the challenge, and really understanding what I did, I had to learn and understand why everything worked is because I was insulin resistant. So when I'm still dealing with insulin resistance, I'm reversing it. So even with it, I'm losing weight. It's not all the way gone, because even though I was 250 pounds and now I'm 209 pounds, that still is a high BMI. So no, it's not all the way gone, but it's way better than what it was. Like, my metabolism is a lot better. So I had to understand what insulin resistant is. Like, how do you get insulin resistant? That was the first step. So how do you get insulin resistant in just like simple terms is you're constantly eating overconsumption of sugar. And so you might be a person who say, well, I don't eat sugar. Like, I'm not a sweet person. Not a sweet person at all. One thing that's a misconception that we don't know is that everything in our body, everything that we consume, besides fiber, turns into sugar, which is glucose. So that's how, if you have a glucose monitor, it's monitoring your glucose. There's certain foods that make the glucose or your glucose monitor go higher than other foods. So your body is basically, think of your body as like a cash register. Or think of it actually as an energy bank. And so your energy bank requires a certain level, a certain amount of glucose. Glucose is good. Glucose is not bad. Glucose is what our body runs on and makes energy of. Y'all see me get scared? Jesus. Insulin resistance comes in basically when you are putting so much energy, aka glucose, into your body, so where now the energy bank is full and you're still putting energy on it. So it's kind of like overcharging a battery. So you might think like, well, the battery's at 100%, I'm just gonna leave it on. If you constantly charging a battery that's already at 100%, the battery is gonna eventually stop working. And so now when you do add any type of thing in there, it could be healthy. So now getting back to food, it could be healthy or unhealthy food. Your battery right now is just broken. It's broken and it needs to be repaired. And so that's what insulin resistance is. It's a battery that you have. That battery is actually our liver. The battery that you have is full. So our liver, which is the battery, says I'm full, but since they're still putting energy to me, the person is still consuming glucose, still consuming energy, you have to eat, let me just put this somewhere else. And so that's how you start getting body fat, and you start getting fatty liver. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. So make sure y'all tune into the live. If you're watching the replay, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Because like I said, we're going to be talking about everything. So that's kind of the basis. Well, that is the basis of insulin resistance. So now it's like, okay, how do I go to reverse it? Well, we're reversing it. A struggle that a lot of us have is we deal with emotional eating. We binge eat. Sometimes we jump into very extreme diets where it puts our body in like a starvation kind of mode, to where we've been without something for so long, where it's like keto. You lose all your water weight. Your body goes into ketosis. And you'll lose weight and you'll start burning the fat, but the habit of basically you're switching your body over to not even wanting to use sugar as energy anymore. Your body is wanting to use fat as energy. And so as soon as that you do eat something that has a higher sugar content, whether that be a high carb, something that's with a high carb amount, or something with your sugars, regular table cane sugar, a pineapple, watermelon, like things of that nature, your body just starts gaining weight because it now is not used to using glucose and sugar as energy, is using fat as energy. So that's why keto, unless it's something that you plan on being on forever, is not really something that you should try unless you're okay seeing the scale go back up. But if you anything like me, you got a love-hate relationship with the scale. So that's a trigger. And so that's another struggle. Like constantly seeing that scale go up and down, it triggers and it makes you just feel like crap. Well, I tried it, nothing's working. You know, I can't be consistent in this. Like, okay, I'm not eating bread, I'm eating a fruit, but something is still not, like, I'm still not losing weight. What's going on? So me, I was like, I guess a healthy fat person. I was a healthy fat person because I was eating the salads and I was eating the, you know, fruits and all the vegetables, and I was vegan for 3.5 years. So all of those, like, but I still could not get rid of my weight. It would go down a little bit, but then it just was like I would just hit a plateau, and I would just keep hitting the same plateau. So seeing the scale go to 209 is like, I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. So that's like some of the common struggles that we have. So things, when I started eating for my insulin, learning about insulin resistance, learning about insulin spikes, learning about low glycemic index, learning about a glycemic value. These is all terms that I eventually teach y'all what like these terms are. I started to learn how to eat. And so with that, I said, okay, let me see what are low glycemic foods. You guys can Google this. Google low glycemic foods when we get off the live. Google that. And I said, okay, I see what the low glycemic foods are. I'm gonna start eating those. I'm gonna start eating, mainly majority of my diet is gonna be that. Because I also learned that consistency is not what you do all the time. Consistency is what you do most of the time. Some of the time it's a fall off, but most of the time, if you do this 90% of the time, you're still going to lose weight and still be able to eat recklessly and eat whatever you want. But 90% of the time, you're eating like this. And so when you search up low glycemic foods, you're going to have a long list of it. If you actually join my challenge, the link is in the bio, I actually give you a food list. It's broken down in weeks. So it's week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Each week has a different kind of food list. Because like I said, I believe in progressive. The first step I did was I cut added sugar. So not only did I want to know, not saying that I immediately changed my complete diet to low glycemic index foods, but I at least wanted to know what they are. So therefore, I'm like, okay, for dinner tonight, I'm gonna have this vegetable instead of this vegetable. Excuse me. For dinner tonight, instead of frying my wings, I'm gonna just air fry my wings, but I'm gonna make them crispy. So I'm gonna put my avocado oil on there, my different oils and all of that stuff, because I still want them to be crispy, but they just not fried. So let me sit y'all down right here, because I need to see what or actually let me see what time it is. Okay, we got about 15 more minutes and then I'm out of here. I think I actually sit y'all down over here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit y'all down over here. So don't y'all, if y'all liking this so far, while I'm trying to maneuver myself, make sure y'all hit the like button, thumbs up button if y'all watching the replay, and make sure y'all sharing this out, because somebody else might get value in this. So share it out, and hit the hearts. Let me know, comment section if y'all like it like this, because like I said, this is what I'll be doing every day. Come on here and kind of just keep breaking this stuff down, so y'all can take something along with y'all. And so week 1 of the challenge, like I was saying, because that was the first thing that I did So I made it week 1. So when people said what you did, like, I really broke it down. What did you do when you was completely overwhelmed and you wanted to start again, and when you started again you end up actually losing 41 pounds in 4 months? What did you do? I cut sugar. I cut added sugar. I didn't cut all sugar, I cut added sugar. So when I looked at the back of the nutritional label on anything that I picked up, I looked for added sugar. And I also looked at the ingredients, and I looked for like words like cane sugar. I looked for words like high fructose corn syrup. So if you guys ain't taking notes, take notes. I probably gonna start saying that in the beginning. Take notes, take notes. Just in case you don't want to join a challenge, just take notes. So high fructose corn syrup, honey, agave, cane sugar. Those was all words I looked for in the label. So if it said those things on the ingredients, I didn't eat it. I was okay eating stuff that was had natural sugar. But things that said that, I didn't eat it. Just cutting off that alone, I lost 10 pounds in a month. I lost 10 pounds in a month just by doing that alone. And so a lot of my dressings, I started looking for sugar-free. I didn't miss out on nothing. I didn't feel like that I was missing out on anything. I started baking like sugar-free cakes and finding sugar-free recipes and making my own like sugar-free snacks because I still am a sweet person. So I started doing things that were sugar-free and finding sugar-free, healthy sugar-free substitutes. And so I didn't feel like I was depriving myself of anything. Like, I didn't feel like that I was missing out on anything. And that alone made me drop 10 pounds in 1 month without even trying. I actually had stopped going to the gym because it was overwhelming for me. And so I was just moving. Like, if I felt like I was sitting down for too long, watching TV, or just doing something where I feel like I was sitting down for too long of a time, I would get up and move around. And so, like, even in my TikToks, I say movement over exercise. Don't think about exercise, just think about moving your body. Just think about moving your body. So, like, now, I've been on here for like 30 minutes. So I've done a 30-minute walk today. I'm happy about that. I just moved my body for 30 minutes. And this also just helps my insulin. Just by moving my body. There's something in there. Listen, we ain't about to go back over there. I don't know if y'all gonna hear it on the replay. Something said tap tap when I walked past there. Listen, the nature in the Midwest is naturing. So yeah, something said tap tap. So yeah, y'all, that's what I did. That's what I did. So if y'all have any questions, I don't know how many people is on here. If y'all have any questions, y'all can ask the questions now. Y'all can ask the questions now because I have about 9 more minutes. I have about 9 more minutes. And so I also want to let you guys know, if you are like, well, I seen the challenge, but I don't want to start the challenge. Like, I'm just overwhelmed. I don't want to do anything that deep right now. I don't want to cut sugar right now. I'm taking calls for free. 100% for free. If you go to the link in my bio, sign up for a free insulin insight call. And that's where we're going to break down of what's going on. Because the thing is, like I said, I'm new to this and new to trying to teach it, but I want to make sure that the things I'm saying is actually resonating with you guys and actually helping you guys. I don't want to be another, which I'm not a registered dietitian or any of that, but I don't want to give already what they're doing. The doctors already tell us what we should do. Stop eating processed food, stop doing this. We already know that stuff. We know that stuff, but sometimes that's just unrealistic for most people who are busy, who just, people who don't cook, people who drive a lot, or who are on the road, people who have demanding jobs, people who have, sit down jobs and they're, receptionists or whatever. So they're at their desk all the time. They need things like, okay, what can I snack on? What can I do during this time? Because my job is more of a sit down job. And so I'm taking these calls because I want to know how exactly can I help you guys. So if you have questions, make sure that you put the questions. Hey everybody, make sure you put the questions down. I have about 7 more minutes on here to go through some questions if you guys have any. I have about 7 more minutes to answer questions. So if you have questions, you can post them now. If you are watching a replay of this, ask your questions in the comment section. I'm really good with replying back to comments. Now if you watch this next year or 2 years and you see that that it's a comment like abundance, then if you're watching this like within the time frame of me uploading it, within 30 minutes to an hour to a couple of days of me uploading it, for you to watch the replay, I'll definitely get back to your comments. If it's anything after that, I can't promise it. But y'all ask y'all questions in the comments. And so yeah, so a lot of people are like, did you have surgery? No, I didn't have surgery. Like, this is my waist. I didn't have surgery. Like, I was 250 pounds. I was 250 pounds, y'all. 250 pounds. So this is where we're at now. Y'all seen my stomach where like I was pregnant. Like, this is where we're at now. I was 200. I don't know if y'all can hear me. This is where we at now. I was 250 pounds. 250 pounds. This is no injections, no pills, no surgeries. I was actually terrified, but I was so frustrated that I was like, I'm gonna probably have to do it because nothing is working. My body is just broke, I guess. Nothing is working. And so you guys can do it. You can 100% do it. You can 100% do it. And so, like I said, the link is in my bio for you guys to join for a free insight call, so I could see like how can I help y'all. Y'all actually, with that call, y'all helping me. With that call, it's free, but y'all really helping me because I don't like, I want to make sure that I post content, and I want to make sure that anything that I create is really going to make a 100% change in your lifestyle that is beneficial to you. The challenge is me helping you. So the challenge is a 4-week challenge. So just sign up for the challenge. Even if you're not going to start it yet, just sign up for it. Because guess what? When you sign up for it, you get access to my free support group. It's 100% free. I post in there every single day. The members are growing. Hey members, I'm trying to post this in the group too. So if you guys like don't get on YouTube or you on a social media cleanse or whatever, I'm gonna try to keep my lives and see how I can post them in my Facebook group if Facebook allows me to do it. And so you guys can always watch the replay. You can take notes, like you have access to it. But I'm in there every single day. We are building as such a strong community. I love the ladies already. I see that people are already like very relatable, like their goals, what their mission is, what they're joining a group for, and what they need help with. Like everybody is really a good community that's being built, very positive, very easy, very straightforward, and easy to follow along. So if you guys are looking for that, let me make sure I scroll up, because I have been noticing that I've been missing like different comments and stuff. What did somebody say? Yes, I'm live. I'm seeing y'all comments. Sorry. Let me scroll up, because I've been noticing that too. What's your take on eating fast food? Okay, so I got a question. Look, I'm like, let me scroll up, because I just realized that I'll be missing some because I don't be scrolling up. Okay. All right, so let's see. We got about 3 minutes, so I can answer this. This is an in-depth question, because I got 3 minutes to answer it. And this was the only person who asked the question. So they said, what is my take on eating fast food? It depends. So if you are a person who only eat fast food, I'll break down a few different scenarios so you can take away something that's helpful to you, depending on the level you're on. So let me sit right here. So if you are a person who only eat fast food, my take on that is if that fast food place has sauces, my take on that is to make your sauces at home that are a sugar-free option. Because usually if you go to a restaurant and you eat fast food, like you love this particular fast food and you might get the same item every single time. So like if you eat fast food every single day, you know what you're going to be getting. And so my take on that is just to have a sandwich, like a little sandwich bag in your purse, of different little condiments of what you made at home. So you can buy a big pack of like 100 little 2-ounce containers, or 1-ounce containers for like $7. Make those sugar free. Or like I went live a few days ago and I was in a grocery store and I was talking about like the different sugar-free sauces. Like G Hughes is one of them. He makes a lot of sauces. So like the Chick-fil-A sauce, he has a sugar-free Chick-fil-A sauce version. Now he can't use the word Chick-fil-A, but it basically is what it is. Now the Polynesian sauce, he has a sugar-free Polynesian sauce, and it says it on there. And so instead of getting that, because that's full of sugar, get the other option that doesn't, that is sugar-free. So that's my take on that. Another thing that you could do is if you get a burger, just to eat take the top bun off and just eat the bottom bun, because you might not be you might be a person who still want bread right now. If you just can have one piece of the bread, like the bottom half, and have the burger and everything on top, and you can eat it like that, wonderful. Now the second person is a person who don't eat fast food that often, and I mean bread, they can take it or leave it. Like they're okay with not having bread, and they're okay with like they may stop at a fast food place. So like I would say if you're that person, because I'm kind of like that person. So that person, if you're that person, I don't have to carry around the sugar-free sauces, because I really don't care if it has the sauce or not. Like, it doesn't have to have the sauce. It doesn't have to have the sauce on there. Like now for me. Also, a lot of the things, like I even posted on my TikTok, I would ask for them to make it without a bun, and they would just put it in a container for me. So like every single place you go to, Arby's, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, Culver's, if y'all have one of those, Jimmy John's, like all of those can make like their subs and lettuce wraps. Or if you just tell them that you don't want the bun, they'll put it in a container for you. They won't even wrap it up in the paper. They'll put it in a container and you just ask for a fork and you can eat it like that. Like that alone is where you can be out with your family and you may not be able to get home to the food that you have that is healthy or whatever, and you want to eat fast food, or you just have a taste for fast food. Like sometimes you just have a taste for how that place makes their burgers or their patties. Have it, but just make it a low carb option and make it little to no sugar. So you can make anything low carb and little to no sugar, unless it's like a piece of freaking red velvet cake or something. Also, in my challenge, if you have not joined my challenge, but in my challenge I have a section, it's called Feed the Beast. And Feed the Beast happens like when you start something new every 3 to 4 days. That's when you're get ready to break. Like you like, I can't really do this. I really need what I'm missing out on. Like I'm having withdrawals. And most of the time you go into a binge eating session and then you feel guilty because you bloated. Like you actually put yourself in pain from that. And now you feel guilty. And so then a follow-up that you do is you start fasting. Like you start saying, well, I'm not gonna eat tomorrow. I'm just gonna drink tea. I'm just gonna drink some green tea and water. Like I'm not gonna eat any food. I'm gonna cleanse myself out. So now you actually punish yourself. You actually made eating the foods that you love a punishment, instead of eating the foods that you love for pleasure. And so Feed the Beast moments is those that day 3 or 4, that you want that cake that you just keep on dreaming about. Like the food voice in your head won't let you go. You got a chokehold on you. Them chicken wings, like you tired of air fry. You want some what's the place called, y'all? Like I said, I always cook at home. You got BW3s and you got the Wingstop. You really want those Wingstop, wings dipped in that ranch and all that stuff. You really want like a really good bowl of Alfredo pasta or spaghetti or whatever the case is. Those moments is where you go have that. Go eat it, go enjoy it, and it's actually part of the weight loss strategy. Because you don't want your body to go in shock. A lot of people put their body in shock and their body starts holding on to the weight. And so a lot of people will go low carb and they say, well, I've been low carb. I've cut sugar. I haven't had a carb in the past year and I'm still stuck at the same weight. I haven't had a real carb in the past 6 months and I still can't get past this 20 to 25 pounds. It's because you've deprived your body like too long and you haven't kept your body in a state of confusion. And so when you have the Feed the Beast moments, it keeps your body in a state of confusion. And so it says, okay, we can release some of this fat, we can release some of this sugar. Now we can start to repair ourselves. I don't know what the scientific thing is behind this, because like I said, I'm not a licensed dietitian. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a regular person who have been studying my butt off to want to know, because I shocked my own self. I literally shocked my own self. And so I wanted to make sure, like, why did this just work now and it has nothing worked before? And so now it's got me in a rabbit hole of studying, a rabbit hole of trying to tell you guys too, like constantly telling you guys. And so that's my take on fast food. I just feel like it is very unrealistic in 2024, where we have meat that is being I don't know what that is. I believe in 2024 is very unrealistic, where we have meat being scientifically engineered, and that's 100% approved by the FDA to say that we should not eat processed food. Every single thing is processed. Every single thing is processed. At this point, we can't get around it. There's nothing, you know, in the next 5 years, there will probably be nothing that is like grown on a farm. In the next 10 years, like probably everything will be grown on a lab besides what the homesteaders and people who actually grow their stuff is doing. But I feel like if we go into the grocery store, it's going to be an 8 out of 10 chance that that thing was grown in a laboratory and not in the grass in nature. And so I just don't believe in that stuff. I don't believe in not eating processed food. I believe it's going to be around. I feel like then there's less processed food. I feel like something may be less processed than other things, and our body may deal with it a little bit better more than other things. And so like that's my take on kind of all of that. And let me see how. Oh, and I went over. Let's see. So I said 3 minutes. I gave y'all a 7-minute answer to that. A 7 to 10 minute answer to what is my take on fast food. So I definitely hope that this helped y'all. If this helped y'all in any way, put in the comment section down below if this helped y'all in any way. Don't forget to like this video, and stay tuned for tomorrow when I go live. We're going to be talking about something else, and y'all have y'all questions ready and y'all have y'all notepads ready. All right, y'all, love y'all. Until next time, bye.